Luis Enrique is on Manchester United's wish list for the summer, but it appears that prizing him away from Paris Saint-Germain (PSG) will be next to impossible. The Spaniard is arguably one of the best managers in the world at present, and has transformed the League One champions' fortunes since taking charge. He caught the imagination of clubs across Europe to winning the treble with Barcelona in the 2014-15 season, after 3 highly fruitful campaigns with the Catalans and 2 brief stints with the Spain national team. Enrique took charge at the Parc des Princes in the summer of 2023. The 55-year-old went on to revamp the Parisians' transfer strategy, helping them deal with Kylian Mbappe's departure and assemble an enviable squad. Last season, Enrique helped PSG secure a historic treble and further endeared himself to his suitors. The Spaniard's efforts have already earned him admirers at Old Trafford, with the Red Devils struggling to find Sir Alex Ferguson's successor, almost a decade and a half since the legendary Scots retirement. United's recent managerial woes. United last won the Premier League in the 2012-13 campaign, which was Sir Alex's final season in charge. The English giants have had several stuttering starts since then, with big-name managers as well as emerging coaches failing to turn the club's fortunes around. David Moyes, who was identified as the legendary Scots' immediate successor, lost his job before the end of the campaign. Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho won trophies at Old Trafford, but failed to get the club back to the top. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer excited fans with an attacking brand of football reminiscent of the old days, but failed to win silverware. Erik ten Hag did win 2 trophies, but lost his way in his 3rd campaign, before Ineos appointed Ruben Amorim as his successor. However, the Portuguese head coach's reign turned out to be a disaster, with United finishing 15th in the league last season and losing the Europa League final. Michael Carrick was appointed as caretaker manager in January, and has taken the club to 3rd in the league table after 32 games. While the Englishman remains a candidate for the full-time job, United are expected to consider all their options before making a decision this summer. Enrique remains an option, although a previous report relayed by the People's Person suggested that he is likely to sign a new deal with the Parisians. An update on the matter has now emerged. Enrique close to renewal. According to The Telegraph, Enrique is close to signing a new deal with PSG after positive renewal talks. The report states, Luis Enrique is close to signing a new contract with Paris Saint-Germain, which will disappoint a number of Premier League clubs who have shown interest in the 55-year-old Spaniard. Talks have progressed positively on a deal with Enrique, making it clear he wants to stay at PSG, who he led to win the Champions League last year, and who are in the semi-finals this season. The report states that the Spaniard will sign a new deal until 2029, with an option for a further year, adding, the expectation is that Enrique will extend his stay at PSG until 2029, with the option for a further 12 months. His current contract runs until June 2027, and while there is no hurry to secure a new deal, both parties are happy and keen to finalize his future. Final thoughts. Enrique would have been the perfect candidate to steer United back to their glory days, but he was always expected to extend his stay at PSG, while the latest update could boost Carrick's chances for the full-time job. Bournemouth manager Andoni Iraola's availability this summer could complicate matters for the Englishman. Luis Enrique is reportedly on the verge of signing a substantial new contract extension with Paris Saint-Germain, dealing a significant blow to Manchester United's long-term managerial ambitions. The Spaniard has guided the French giants to unprecedented European success and looks set to commit his future to the Parc des Princes, despite long-standing interest from the Premier League. United's search for elite leadership has hit a major roadblock. Enrique nears a contract extension with Paris Saint-Germain. The 55-year-old tactician has become the most sought-after coach in the global game, and according to The Telegraph, talks in the French capital have progressed so positively that an exit now looks impossible. United, who have long monitored Enrique's situation, will now have to look elsewhere as they seek a manager capable of competing with the best in Europe. The Spaniard has fully embraced life in Ligue 1, and despite previous interest in testing himself in the Premier League, his success in Paris has anchored his loyalty. Following a historic Champions League triumph last season and another deep run in this year's competition, the PSG hierarchy has moved swiftly to ensure their project remains under his expert guidance. For United, who viewed Enrique as a primary target to restore their former glory, the news represents a frustrating setback in their long-term planning. The proposed new terms will see Enrique extend his stay at the Parc des Princes until at least 2029, with the inclusion of an option for a further 12 months. This long-term commitment reflects the total faith held by PSG President Nasser Al-Khelaifi and advisor Luis Campos. While his current agreement was set to run until June 2027, all parties felt the time was right to solidify their partnership and ward off growing interest from abroad. Enrique himself has publicly declared his contentment with the project, recently stating, "I am so happy at Paris Saint-Germain. I set Paris." This statement came amid intense speculation regarding a move to Old Trafford, but it is now clear that the former Barcelona boss sees his future strictly in the French capital. The security of a multi-year extension allows him to continue his overhaul of the squad without the looming distraction of contract uncertainty. The transformation Enrique has overseen at PSG is nothing short of remarkable, moving the club away from the celebrity-driven culture of the past. By moving on from established superstars like Neymar, Lionel Messi, and Kylian Mbappé, he has constructed a younger, more energetic side built on collective discipline. This shift from flashy bling-bling to a coherent tactical unit has made PSG the most dynamic team in European football today.